Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Adams Brothers Podcast. Happy hump day to each and every last one of you out there. And again, to all of the veterans out there that has served our country in the past and those ones that are out there serving right now, thank you for your service to our country. Thank you. We salute you, and you're our heroes.
That's right.
We are joined here this evening with Ms. Rebecca Medina. She is the Director of Public Affairs and Marketing with the City of Deerfield Beach. So we'd like to welcome Rebecca Medina to the Adams Brothers Podcast. Welcome, Rebecca.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much for having me on to talk about some stuff regarding the city. So thank you so much. I know you've all had a busy day, so I appreciate this.
Yes. So the last time we talked that you were on our podcast, it was
at the Tigner Center.
At the Tigner Center, we were broadcasting live from the grand opening of the Johnny L. Tigner Center, and you came over and you talked with us, and you put out some really good information like you always do.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Your professionalism. You keep us up to date on everything, all the emails, and thank you.
Thank you
So much for helping bridge the gap between
That's right.
us and the City of Deerfield Beach, along with Commissioner Ben Preston. Had it not been for you two specifically, I don't think that we would be where we are today.
That's right.
With our relationship with the city of Deerfield. Not to say that they wouldn't have never gotten there, but
she got us there faster.
You got us there a lot faster. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Definitely cannot take all the credit for that. Ben Preston is, he is a hero in my eyes, and he has just really done some fantastic things in District 2. We're so proud of the work that he's done there. The new Tigner Center, the new Braithwaite Center. I mean, the things that he's really advocated for, and the things that even you all have advocated for, I think it's changed the landscape of the city in a really positive way, and it's allowed us to really step the game up in terms of municipal government and what we have to offer residents. You know, there's still a lot of work to do. We know that. But we definitely need continued help from the community to do that. And so, you know, Daryl, you mentioned bridging the gap, right? And we definitely, from when I got here 11 years ago, almost 12 years ago now, in December, it'll be 12 years. But from when I got here all that time ago to where we are right now, seeing the things that are in place, we often forget where we were, right?
Yes.
And I remember coming to the city in 2012. I was hired in December of 2012. And I remember when I came to the city didn't even have a Facebook page. There wasn't a Facebook page. There wasn't a PIO. There at least not an official PIO. There wasn't any sort of newsletter going out. There wasn't. The website was just in pretty bad shape. And so seeing where we are now, seeing where we were then and where we are now, I'm really, really proud of a lot of the things that we've been able to do and been given permission, and the commission has allowed us to do in order to step up the communications coming from the city. But we still have to bridge that gap, right? The job's not done. There's still so much to do in terms of communication. And we've created a lot of formats and a lot of venues and a lot of platforms where the average person, the average resident can get information from the city. And I'm going to go through some of those. But the most important thing that I need to mention is that as a citizen, we all have a responsibility, right? If we all want to bridge the gap, if we're trying to collaborate together and become partners, city government, along with residents, you know, we all have to bring that brick, right, to the bridge building. We're all responsible for doing that. And so one of the things that one of the reasons why I really wanted this opportunity to speak about communications was to let the public know that there are several different ways that you can get communications from the city. But I think the best way, in my opinion, is the city newsletter, the Buckygram. That Buckygram goes out every week without fail. And if something is urgent or breaking news happens, if there's an emergency, it'll go out a second time that week, right? And so, like, for example, with the hurricane, when the hurricanes were rolling in, we were giving out sandbags. Well, a week after that, we heard from some people in the community, oh, we never got that information. Well, we sent it out through the newsletter, right? And we sent it out on social media, and we put it out on the city website. Those are the three best ways that you're going to find communication in the city. But in order for you to see if they're even out there, you have to go and look for it, right? You have to know, hey, my government, the hurricanes are coming in. My government is probably going to give out some samples. They've probably got some messaging for us on some emergency information. Let me get to the city website, or let me get to the Facebook page, or let me check out, let me see if they've sent anything out in my newsletter, right? Because 9 times out of 10, that's what's happening. Mm-hmm. I don't really like to necessarily count on the social media algorithms, right? Because unless you're visiting the City of Deerfield Beach page every single day, what we're pushing out may not end up on your feed that day or the day after that, or you might get it a day late, right? Because that's how social media works. But you can go to the social media page, the actual page. Don't rely on your thread. Go to the page, open it up, and scroll down and see what the messages are, because that's going to give you all kinds of information. And the only thing that you need for all 3 of these platforms is, where is it? Is this. This is the only thing you need.
Cell phone.
It's a phone. If you've got a cell phone, you can get to the city website. If you've got a cell phone, you can get to the city's social media feeds. Mm-hmm. If you have a cell phone, you can sign up for the newsletter and receive it on your cell phone today.
Yes,
and
you can.
This is important because we have a lot of things going on. A lot of things. You know, we've got aside from events, right? We've got a lot of important meetings. We've got P&Z meetings. We've got educational advisory board meetings. Listen, we have crisis alerts, right? God forbid there's ever, a shooter in our city. God forbid, right? Mm-hmm. We need a way to get a hold of you.
Yes,
right.
You do.
You cannot expect someone to come knock on your door and say, hey, put all your shut your lights off and turn your windows or lock your doors because there's a mass shooter out there. No one's going to do that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you want to be connected to city government, and we all have a responsibility to do that. I have a responsibility to get that information out to you, as well as, but constituents have a responsibility to look for it, to come and find it. Because there's too many people now in Deerfield. We have 90,000 residents. No one's coming to knock on your door. We don't have it for mailers to go out every week. We don't have a budget even to advertise on radio and TV all the time. That's a very special circumstance, like what we did last year with some of the events. We kind of packaged them all together, and we did an advertisement on TV that ran for a few months. But mm-hmm. if it's not budgeted for, if it's not budgeted, it's not going to happen.
Right.
And well, mailers and TV and radio in particular, those are big expenses for our city.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we plan on doing some advertising here in the future, and we're going to be taking some classes out at the Technical Center to learn how to do all these little good things. So you could certainly advertise right here with us, and we will certainly get that information out to everyone. And we look forward to it. And the people, if you haven't signed up for the email alerts, please go on and sign up for the email alerts. That's how we get so much of our information,
right.
Email alerts from not only the city of Deerfield Beach, but from Boca Raton and Delray and Pompano and all of the cities in this surrounding area. The email alerts are very, very important. And do you all have text messaging as well?
I'm so glad you brought that up, because I was We are going to be going into a text notification system. We're going to be implementing that next year, 5. And so that's going to be happening real soon. We're going to be inputting because we've had a lot of, at the last couple of fall festivals, we've had a bunch of people say that they want text notification. And so we've listened to that. We've been talking about that for a while now. I've been really short staffed. And so that information input is really difficult to do when you're a 3-person team, essentially.
Right.
You know?
That's true.
However, we have a new admin coming in next month. She's going to help us with those lists, those distribution lists. And so we are going to be implementing text notification next year without fail. And so for those folks who sign up now, when you go into the city's website and you sign up for the newsletter notification, there's an opportunity for you to put in your phone number. If you put that in, we will send you text notifications. And so I am really excited to do that because it is what people have been asking for. We have put it in our budget presentation in future things to implement. We have put that has been on our future list of implementation for the last 2 years. So we've really wanted to do this, and we are so excited that we're going to get to do that now. So if you got a cell phone, now there's really no excuse because we're going to be sending text notifications next year.
That's right.
That's good.
We always say on this podcast, don't be a dummy with the smartphone. You know, you have a smartphone. I always like to say that. Don't be a dummy with the smartphone. You have a little computer right at your disposal. Yeah. And we know that a lot of people out there aren't tech savvy and cell phone savvy like our mother. Yeah. She doesn't know, she knows very little about cell phones, and we help her out. But we know there are some people out there that's like that. So that can sign up for the text messages, and maybe they don't know how to get them. But what else? Another way? Can we put them in the water bills? I'm pretty sure that you do. You put them notices in the water bills as well.
We use the water bill a lot. Water bill a lot to push out really, really important information, specifically things that have to do with like policy or capital projects. With the AMI project going on, we have sent out multiple messages in that water bill about, depending on whatever neighborhood is up for the new AMI water meter coming in, we have actually put out that information in the water bill. Hey, 872 Northeast whatever street, you're up next. This is when we're going to be coming to your house, Right. And so we have used the water bill for a lot of really important citywide information. And so that has been really useful for us. And so, the water bill is a big one. But you know what, Daryl, I like your suggestion. I am going to put some information there, just a short message about signing up to the city newsletter, because I'm going to put that. I've got to wait till the AMI messages quit running, and then I'll definitely send that out next. I like that.
We'll also post it on our page as well.
Oh yeah.
So we'll let everybody know to go over and sign up. Awesome. Sign up for the email alerts. We you already know we're willing to work with you any way we can, because you help us out so much, and we want to help make your job easier.
And at the district meetings or any other meetings or any events that they have, maybe pass out something to show. I think you'll get a good response then with the text alerts, because the text alerts are very good. Like the schools have them, and colleges and all. I know people in college, and they have all of that.
A lot of cities have been able to implement text notifications too.
Yes.
We do have through the Alert DFB system. We do have that text notification through that, but that's an emergency crisis notifications only. So, and I would really, really, really urge people to sign up for that as well. If you go to the city website, on the front page, you're going to see a bunch of buttons. If you just scroll down a little bit, you'll see one button in the corner that says "Sign me up." If you click that button, it's going to take you to a page that has all the different pieces of information that you can receive on a regular basis. Everything that you can sign up for text for crisis alerts. You can sign up for the city news, the Bucky Grant, which is what I've just been talking about. You can sign up for even District 2 notifications for whenever that goes out, right?
Right.
But that these are really, really important things. This is a different time. There were days where everybody used to go to the government meeting, right? Everybody would go, everybody would sit and listen to the information, and you would get it all in that one place. Well, the cities have grown and technology has grown so much that you can't rely on just your city commission meeting to get information out anymore.
That's right.
No.
Yeah.
So now it's much different. And, with the development of the smartphone is a gift to communication. And so I really, really want to encourage and urge people to please sign up to the newsletters. And what I'm going to do, if it's okay with you guys, when we're done with this tonight, I'm going to go onto your site, onto your Facebook page, and I'm going to put in the city's website, how to sign up and how to do that. And then
Someone's putting it in there right now.
Right now.
Maybe David Hunt.
Yeah, they're putting the link in there to sign up right now.
Moderator doing that.
That's probably Dave Hunt.
Right.
You that, Dave.
Right. David is already on the ball. He's already putting links in there down in the comments right now. So
awesome. He's
good job, David. If that's you out there.
Yeah. We've got a lot of things coming up in 25. The Centennial is around the corner, and we're going to be doing events. We're going to be incorporating the Centennial into all of our events next year. And so you don't want to miss the Centennial events. We've got a Centennial coffee book that's getting ready to be delivered soon. We've got crates of those books that are going to be delivered. We're going to put out a big splash in the newsletter saying, hey, buy your book here. So don't wait. We've got so much exciting stuff happening. We've got so much, important things. We've got a lot of important things that the community needs to be notified on. And it is my hope and my prayer that people will just sign up after watching this tonight, because it's connection, right? It's the best way to know and understand what is happening at the city, and what those things that even affect you in your own backyard.
Right. That's true. And we also advertise with quite a few churches around here. We make videos, and we can also add the text alerts and the email alerts into our videos, and we send them to the pastors, and then they put them into their church announcements. So there's another good way.
That's wonderful. Yes. We are planning next year. So early next year, I know that Ben is going to be holding a community meeting. I've already talked to him about this. And at his community meeting, we're going to be devoting an entire meeting to communication, and we're going to help people sign up for that meeting. Good. We're going to help people sign up for communications at that meeting. So if you've got a cell phone, we will help you do it right on your cell phone. We're going to help people sign up for the newsletter. We're going to help people navigate to the city's Facebook page. Whatever you need help with, you're going to be hearing about this meeting very soon. It'll come. We'll be sending out notification about this after the first of the year. But I do know that I've spoken. I've sat down with Ben. We talked a lot about communication, and particularly in District 2. But this is citywide. Like, we really need to get everybody on board. Listen, I'm not going to lie. The social media pages have done really well. We've got thousands and thousands of people who they get their information from social media. They find out about the events on Instagram, and they talk about policy meetings, events, and everything else on Facebook. And so we've got a really healthy following on Facebook, on Instagram. Our website, guys, we are one of the highest trafficked websites in the state of Florida when it comes to municipal websites. I know this to be true because I've had these discussions with the people who host our website for us. We do all of the back end work in updating and putting information in, but we do have a host that hosts our back end, our website. and they use our website as a teaching tool for a lot of their cities, because we have such a huge amount of traffic that comes across our website. So the website is doing the job. It's informing people. When, I mentioned the fall festival, we every year at the fall festival, we do a little survey with the people who are coming through. We ask them 2 questions. Number 1, are you a Deerfield Beach resident? Number 2, if you are, how did you hear about today's event? And 9 times out of 10, we get either the newsletter, or either the website or social media. And so that's doing the job that it's supposed to do for that demographic, right? But if you are someone like we were just talking about your dad, my parents aren't very savvy, with the smartphone. They know how to get to Facebook, they know how to comment, but other than that, you can't ask them to do much more. So, I don't want to. There is definitely a group of a demographic of residents that I don't want to miss. If you have a smartphone and you have an email address, we want to send you the information. We'll make it easy. It'll be delivered into your inbox, and you can just read it. You can even email. You can reply to that email and ask a question if you've got a question. We'll reply, and we have a lot. We have a lot of folks that will reply right to that newsletter. They'll say, "Hey, I saw that you guys wrote about this. When is that? Are you sure that's going to happen on this date? Because this is what I heard." And we're able to just squash out the misinformation or give them information that they're needing right there and then. So it's an easy tool, and I think probably one of the best tools, because it is a weekly update on everything that's happening at the city.
I have a question. My mind is always thinking when I'm riding down the road and I'm looking, I'm like, hey, as we talked a little bit off air, and when you're riding down the interstate, like let's say the Turnpike or 595, you see these little signs up, northbound traffic, the right shoulder is blocked, northbound on the Turnpike.
Right.
Yes.
Can we? I don't know if we can, or can we use that system? Can we get our own little signs and put up 2 or 3 on main roads in Deerfield Beach and put like the little news on the signs, how to sign up on alerts? I'm just brainstorming right now. Maybe we can, maybe we can't, but I'm just asking.
Yeah. So I know right now we have the portable ones that they pull.
Right.
I think put gas in or whatever. But I know what Daryl's saying. That would be nice if we had something like Broadway in New York City, how they have the ticker up there running all the time.
You control it from City Hall or whatever.
Think about the electronic signs that are over
Yes.
there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I tell you, when there's an alert for like a missing child, they put
exactly.
All right. So that's a real touchy one, because it's run by FDOT.
Okay.
FDOT historically is really difficult to navigate anything on. I am definitely going to look into that, because especially for big emergencies, right? Like a mass shooter, which is what I just referenced. Like, if a storm comes through and blows out, the exit ramp or something, if we can put that up there, that's a great idea.
Something like a fire station, maybe on city land, something not that looks, that looks catchy, not that looks real bad, but something that looks real
right
good
on the corner where they can see it, or on a sign coming down Hillsborough or 10th Street or Dixie.
We've got 2, the federal highway sign that's out there, the electronic sign that we have.
Yes.
So we're getting 2 more, not like those. They're going to look a little bit more different, because I think we wanted to make the screens a little bit bigger. I have to check. I have to look into that. Don't quote me on that. But we're getting 2 brand new electronic signs. One that's going to be located right off of Southwest 10th Street, and then and in the D2 area, and then the second one is going to be located out west.
Okay.
But we do have 2 new signs coming to the city, and we are going to be adding not only event information on those signs, but also meeting information on those signs. we don't do that on the federal highway sign, because federal highway is much more tourism driven, and you've got a lot of tourists that are going onto the beach, and so we're really particular with that particular sign. But I do know that we have had these conversations when we were planning on bringing these signs into the city and putting these 2 additional signs up. One of the main things that we talked about was making sure that we put event information on those signs and community meetings and important information on those signs. So that is definitely something that we are going to do. And then the FDLT thing, I'm definitely going to look into that. I will look into
it. Yeah, it won't hurt. They may deny you, but it's hey, if you could somehow get them to okay it, and if it's something that you guys, if it's a priority, then whatever you guys FDOT wants to post, I guess it'll supersede what we post here. If it's just local news or whatever, they could somehow put it, in front of our news here in Deerfield. So maybe give them an option like that, or maybe they'll say that's what we'll do. I don't know. I know how they are. They're difficult to deal with.
Even if they said to me, you can only put emergency information on there, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the big things here that I hear all the time, and I hear people say, "Well, I didn't know about this, and I didn't know about that." And
did you watch our podcast?
You know what? I must say, our podcast, everywhere we go, people stop me. I tell Daryl all the time, people stop me. I don't care where I'm at. Someone comes up to me and recognizes me, and they say, "I know you. I don't know which brother you are." They say, "But you and the other brother do the podcast," and they are. And to be truthfully honest with you, they're mostly elderly people that come up to me, and they will say, y'all give us great information off of y'all podcast."
Oh, that is awesome.
That was great to hear that. But I also tell them, whenever they come up to me, I always send them back. I say, also go to the city's website and sign up. And I know most of them, like you say, probably they wouldn't know how to navigate and probably sign up. And like you say, the good idea would be getting some help signing people up to get those alerts.
Right.
Oh, yes. Next year, we're going to do a lot of communications outreach, going to the neighborhoods and trying to get people signed up for communications. Specifically newsletter, because I'm not concerned at all with social media and the website, because those two platforms have become a machine, and there's so much information on both of those platforms. But I really think that the newsletter comes right into your inbox. It's right at your fingertips, right? If you don't want to do social media or can't do social media, or you're just not internet savvy and you're not into doing the search bar to look for the City of Deerfield Beach website, well, then let us help you with email.
Yeah.
Let us send it to your email. And
your email is excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the older people know how to navigate the emails. They do know how to, most of them do know that I know how to check their email. So they do sometimes, like I say, when talking to me, they tell me different things. Sometimes I'll be in a rush, so I listen as much as I could, but I always try to take in the information that they're telling me, so that I can, give the information, either use it for us here with our podcast, or like you say, feedback to you for the city's system.
Yeah. That's awesome. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate the information that you do put out. But I also appreciate you just working with us to get information into the community, to really, and also to collaborate on things like this, right, that are to the benefit of our community. I'm open to all kinds of ideas. If there's anything that you think that could be done better, please, just call my office, shoot me an email so I can set up a time with you. And I would be so happy to have those conversations, because everybody has blind spots, right?
Yes.
And I just want to make sure that, and for me, the blind spot, it really, I want to make sure that if I have a blind spot, that the community is letting me know, that the community is letting our department know if there's another way that we can push out information that's affordable, that works within the confines of our budget, man, I am so there for that, because my number one priority is communications. Listen, we do a lot of things in our department. We do a lot of media, we do a lot of social, we do a lot of video, we do marketing campaigns, we do a lot of different things. But the number one responsibility of my department is specifically crisis communications, right? And just general public communication. Those two things in my book are extremely, extremely important. And in times of crisis, especially, we need to be able to get you information. So please, 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 if you need help, if you need some help with somebody walking you through your internet to sign you up, give us a call. We'd be happy to do that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Again, it's like so much before. I'm saying our podcast, so much misinformation and disinformation was disseminated over here in our district. That, I think, that set us back in so many ways as far as District 2, because it was just so much misinformation and disinformation. And me and Daryl used to just sit and talk, and we said something gotta be done, and that's how we came up.
That's how we started
with our
One
podcast.
of the reasons why we started
just the misinformation and disinformation, and so much. And like I always say, before I come on here and have to lie about something or lie, I'll stop. I'll tell Daryl, you can find you someone else, because I we gotta over here. It's always so many rumors and rumors. We gotta get the rumors back. But I think what our podcast in these 4 years have created, Rebecca, has been something very positive, to where people have really started buying in, and they know now if they engage with their government that they have here, the city officials, that things can get done. I see the attitudes changing now.
Look at the Tigner Center. We got involved and we got more seating.
Yes. I think Tigner Center and the Braithwaite Center, those are two beautiful, beautiful community projects that they are the absolute evidence of the community engaging with government, right? That to me that just is so successful to me. It screams the success between the two parties. Listen, we all have ideas about how we think things should go, but that doesn't matter. What matters is what the community thinks we should, how the community wants us to press forward. Those things are super, super important. And we don't want to build something that the community is going to look and say, we didn't ask for that.
Right. Yeah. And that's how it was. That's how it was in the past. A lot of times you would hear people come back and say, we didn't ask for that. How did we get that? Well, also too, I also tell people that if you don't have a seat at the table, then you're not gonna be included. You gotta get yourself more involved, at least finding out what's going on. So when a project do go on and you see it coming through your neighborhood, you don't go asking, well, who wanted this here? Well, there's other people besides you on your street and in your neighborhood that wanted projects like here. And just because you didn't know does not mean that it didn't. The conversations didn't happen. And
we can always hold discussions on here about upcoming projects here.
Yeah.
We have, some good, some of our guests, that we can form a panel and we can bring in people from the community and we could have a discussion about
always
here.
Exactly. That's why we always
very
here.
Easy for us to do,
Yeah, because we definitely like to get feedback from the community.
Yep, I love that. I'm so open to that. Listen, we've got a lot of projects on the table. I know you guys know that. It feels like every street in town is dug up right now.
Yeah.
And so that's hard.
But that's progress,
That's
though.
progress.
And progress demands sacrifice.
Yeah, you can't complain about the streets flooding, and then when they dig up the roads, you're complaining about dust and dirt, getting on your cars. You have
Don't
to
work that way.
Right.
You have to give a little bit. It's
That's
going to take. It doesn't happen. They can't dig up a road and put the pipe in one day and fix it. It's time consuming.
So a lot goes into that engineering. We did that before at the city of Deerfield Beach. We did the engineering. So we were out there plenty of days. I can go back and remember nights. We were out there 2 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes people don't never see. And that's why I say our city workers throughout the country ought to be commended, because I can remember my very first day at the city of Deerfield Beach. I worked till about 3:30 in the morning, and I remember the supervisor came up to me in the 80s, and he said, "How was they said? Are you gonna show back up later on in the morning?" I'm like, "Yeah, this nothing." I was 18, 19 years old, so I wanted to come here and work. It was an honor for me to come here and work, but they just don't know like Daryl could tell you, we're gonna been in holes, just like they're digging for the sewer. I mean, for the drainage.
Yeah.
We have been in holes 2 o'clock in the morning where people in their house sleep and they don't know. And we were out there working, trying to get them water and just trying to do upgrades. It's so many days that we done that. So people just have to know.
They don't get enough credit. They do get credit, a lot of credit, but I don't think they get enough. So kudos to all the city of Deerfield Beach employees, whatever department you work in. Whatever city and around this country, in the county and state and federal, all don't get enough credit for what you do.
Oh, yeah.
City employees, they affect your day-to-day lives, lives, your garbage, your water, your information, right? All of it. We affect your everyday lives. And so we want to make it better. We want to make it a better system. We want to make, if there are processes that need to be streamlined or updated, we'll do that too. But we just need a healthy collaboration with the community, and it's what we want. We really want. It doesn't do us any good to make decisions, as a government on its own, and only to have to pay for it later in the public, right? We don't want that. We definitely don't want that. And we don't, the majority of the employees who work here, I will tell you, Deerfield Beach has some of the hardest working employees.
Yes,
some
they
of the
do.
Hardest workers I have ever been so privileged to work alongside. And so, when we see those folks out and they're collecting our garbage, and they're collecting or they're fixing the pipes, or they're doing any of, they're in the medians and the swales, we really need to thank God that we have people here in our city that are doing this work.
Yes.
And they want to do a good job. They want to come to work they hear, "Hey, that was a great job you did." So we have people that come to work every day that just want to do a great job for the resident. We want to put a smile on the resident's face. That really is what we want. And so I'm open to anything that it takes to collaborate with the community, so that we can not only pump out the right information and the information that everyone needs to see and hear, but also for other ideas down the road, right? And for things that are pipe. We just all want to be connected to each other.
Yeah, and and I can go back and say, I remember in the 90s when my dad was at the public works running the public works over. He hired a lot of women, and a lot of women people probably thought would never be able to go out there and do the jobs that the men were doing. Yeah. You look now, those women out there can do, if not probably better, and run probably better equipment than some of the guys out there. Deerfield was, I can truly say, because I had been to cities before, but Deerfield was really the first city that I saw with a high number of women working male-dominated jobs, and those women do an excellent job here for the city of Deerfield. Heavy equipment,
operating the boom trucks, the packers, the backhoes, all the
Yes.
heavy earth moving equipment, man, they can do it all.
They can do it all here.
That's awesome.
I can say that we are very blessed in Deerfield Beach.
And it goes back to training too. You have to have money in the budget to train them properly. I think
Right.
that goes through the human resources department and to get the certifications and the licenses and all of that stuff. So kudos to the city of Deerfield for budgeting for that type of training.
Thank
And we think you're doing a wonderful job,
Yes.
Rebecca.
Yeah.
And we don't think we know.
Yeah.
That you're doing a wonderful job, and we are always here to help you. And you have both of our numbers. You can call us anytime, any day. It doesn't matter.
Deerfield turning corners. I can truly say that. I truly see it in years past, years ago, before I did not see that. And I'm gonna be honest, I felt like we were a city really going nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we stayed in the news. It was like scandal after scandal after scandal. But I see Deerfield going, and I see so much potential. And I always say it on here. I mean, I believe that in my heart. I know we can be one of the top-notch cities. And like the Vice Mayor Drosky was on here Monday and said, we want our own identity. Yes, we do.
Yes.
But I see so many good things coming to Deerfield, so many projects, like you say, the MLK drainage project. I would love to get people from the city to come here when that project starts, so our viewers can know what to expect, so we won't have nowhere near the problems that they're having. I think it's all about communication and hey, I think that would be crucial in the future. And I know probably meetings were had, but sometimes you're gonna miss some people.
Yep.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah, community meetings, and then we're here, so we're gonna help you. Yeah, anything that we can do to help get that information out there. We'll be attending the meetings as well, and whatever we can do to help you, Rebecca, and the city officials. Most of you all have our numbers. All you have to do is call us or email us, and one of us will respond back to you.
Oh, you guys rock. Listen, you've been there the whole time, and just so easy to reach out to, and just kind of toss ideas by you, right? Hey, what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about that? And that has been really a wonderful, wonderful collaboration with you all. And so I'm very grateful for your presence in this community. I'm grateful that you live here. I'm grateful that you are advocating for District 2 and beyond. I'm very, very grateful for involved residents like yourselves who just, more than anything else, you want to make the city better. And that's all we want. That's all we want.
That's our main goal, is to one city, one community, and that's it.
Yeah.
We want one city and one community, so that's all we want,
Thank you, guys.
Is there anything else you want to tell us? Tell the people out there watching right now before we let you go.
You can talk about the state of the city if you want
to.
Tell them about that and any other thing that's coming up recently.
So next week,
the public.
Next Wednesday is the state of the city, and the chamber comes into Deerfield every year and puts that event on. And so we do sell tickets for that event. So you'll have to go to the chamber website to get those tickets. However, we want to make sure that it is available to folks. So we would love to see you all there. It's a big night for the business community. The business community comes out big. But if you can't come, because the tickets are the tickets, right? If you can't come, we do have, we will make the State of the City video available for all of the residents on social media and the city website, so that you can hear the State of the City address. That's very important. And so we want to make sure that every resident is able to get a hold of that. So
and we're going to be there. We're going to be there. We may go live from our cell phones or whatever, and have some get some B-roll.
Yeah.
Some photos.
Tickner. We're having it at Tickner Center this year. So we're
that's right. Yeah, that's right. It's back at Tickner. Okay.
Yep.
We will definitely be there.
We've got Tickner that's going to be all lit up next week for the State of the City. We've got, like I mentioned just a few minutes ago, a ton of centennial things happening starting in January. And so you really want to make sure that you get connected, because we're going to be sending out all those announcements through the newsletter, through the Facebook and Instagram pages, but also through the city website. It'll be everywhere. You'll see the splash.
Wonderful. I missed last year, but I don't.
Oh, it was awesome last year.
I had sciatica really bad last year, and hopefully none of that happens this year. And I have every plans on being there on next week. So if you're just joining us, we've been talking to Rebecca Medina. She is the director of Public Affairs and Marketing for the city of Deerfield Beach. And thank you so much again for joining us here on our podcast. You're welcome to come back anytime you want to. All you have to do is just let us know, and we'll make it happen.
Thank you guys so much. God bless you guys. My best.
God bless you.
Thank you.
And
thank you, Rebecca.
Soon. I'll see you on Wednesday. Next
week. Yes, you will. And thank you, David. We know you've been watching. You doing
and all your staff
job, and all of your staff over there at the city of Deerfield Public Affairs and Marketing Department. Thank you all for your hard work. We really appreciate you guys, and you guys deserve a raise. So, city manager and mayor and all of them, give them a raise. They deserve it. Rebecca Medina, thank you for joining us here, and we'll see you next week.
And you have a good evening.
Sounds good. You as well. Bye-bye.
Good night.